You don't understand One Piece. I really do not like saying this particular line, or rather, I refrain from uttering this phrase in general because I feel like this is a very obnoxious, self centered, and holier than thou attitude carrying line, and therefore I generally try to avoid a statement like this. I really hate this particular notion, which is so self centered, and this caused a lot of storm during the ending of Attack on Titan. But unfortunately, today it seems like the statement has to be made for a number of different reasons. But before proceeding any further, let me remind you all that this video is going to contain spoilers from the One Piece manga. If you are an anime only fan, you have been warned. Please do not watch this video anymore. Please click off this video if you do not want to get spoiled. With that being said, hello and welcome to WhyZ, and today I'm going to talk about the last couple of chapters of One Piece, which has stirred up a weird amount of storm on Twitter and basically every single social network out there, specifically talking about how Oda might have fumbled this awakening of Luffy and the quote-unquote apparent shift in genre for One Piece in general. Now please keep in mind that I'm not being a One Piece fanboy here, or I'm not really trying to defend Oda in any way sort of form. Yes, One Piece has its flaws. No one is perfect, nothing is perfect, no one is absolutely perfect in this particular world. There have been instances of One Piece which I don't really like that much and which is indeed problematic, which could have been handled better by Oda, but this is not one of them. This is definitely not one of them. And what I'm basically trying to refer here is the overall goofiness which has been associated with the last couple of chapters of One Piece. For a lot of people who had made up all of these theories in their mind, including me, I'm not trying to make myself sound high and almighty here. I also had my own theories about what could be the eventual awakening of Luffy, what could be the eventual Gear 5 version of Luffy. So yeah, for a lot of us, we had made these weird and wacky assumptions about a full body Haki or a Snake Man and Gear 4 combination and whatnot, with Sun Wukong, with Hanuman, with Nika, and all these other kind of things. But what we got in the very end is something totally unique, something totally different, and something that sort of reminds everyone of the old school American cartoons with its Looney Tune like aesthetic. Now this is very polarizing for a lot of people who mostly joined One Piece in the last couple of years. Again, me being one of them, I also was not a lifelong One Piece fan. I didn't start the series when we were on the days of Skypiea when Luffy was facing off against NL. Pretty sure if that particular fight happened today, with the NL face and with Luffy's shenanigans of Gomu Gomu no Tako and all these other things, Twitter would have gone just ballistic over Oda about how he's making Luffy such a goofy protagonist, but actually that is the charm of One Piece. If you watch One Piece, you can enjoy it in a number of different ways because it incorporates so many different elements. If you are here just solely for the action, that is fine. That is absolutely fine. There's some beautiful moments of action throughout the entire story, and specifically it is much more centered around in Wano. But that's not all. That is not the entirety of One Piece. One Piece has always had these light-hearted and absolutely comedic moments, even in the most dire and deadly situations overall. Hell, even when Luffy is facing off against some of his biggest foes, he has still managed to incorporate a couple of different funny jokes and funny incantations. There have been numerous different examples of these things, but more frequently than the others, they were sprinkled along the pre-time skip era. I'm not saying that it's not present in the post-time skip era, but it's just much more prevalent in the pre-time skip days. And people automatically assume that this is a mark of change, this is a mark of growing up. Luffy is growing up, he's not making these weird jokes anymore, but that is wrong. Luffy is still the very same. He's still the stubborn boy that we knew at the starting of the series. He's still the strong-hearted, having a right moral compass and having a party and joyous outlook throughout the entire series. That has been pretty much his characterization throughout the entire journey of One Piece. And to deny that, it basically means that you are not enjoying One Piece or you are not understanding One Piece to its true extent. Hell, we have to remember here that Gold D. Roger, the Pirate King himself, when he reached Laugh Tale, what did he do? He laughed. The place is literally called Laugh Tale. Humor, joy, fun, and all these other wacky shenanigans. They are an eccentric part of One Piece. Yeah, sure, the post-time skip era, it was much more compact and action heavy, and that's why people sort of forgot about these elements. And in fact, it has been one of the major complaints of the Wano arc as well, that Luffy and gang were not getting any amount of breathing room. It was just action after action after action, and there was just very little amount of actual old school goofiness of One Piece, which is something which has drawn the fans for all over the years. If you remember, some of the most iconic moments of One Piece are basically from the goofy elements, like Luffy pushing down the zombie on Thriller Bark, to the entire NL fight, to the weird faces that were made, and hell, even in Wano, we had different instances of this happening. One at the starting of Wano when the Straw Hats are seeing the pictures of Luffy, Zoro and the others, and on the other hand, it happened right with the 3 Supernova when they are facing off against the 2 Yonkos. This is absolutely comedic gold, and chapter 1044 and chapter 1045 prove that this is One Piece at its very core element. Despite all the heavy-hearted nature, despite all the warmongering and every dark element which is present in the story, this is a tale of the young Straw Hats, and these chapters absolutely prove the beauty of One Piece. So at the end of the day, you might disagree with me on this one, but I have to make this statement once again that you do not understand One Piece if you are making the assumption that Luffy, or rather Oda, has fumbled because he's making Luffy funny here. That is the key essence of Luffy here, and in fact that is supported by a number of different entities in the world of One Piece, with Joy Boy, with Sun God Nika, and how they spread joys to the faces of people in very dire times. Also, I'd like to mention one particular point here, because people seemingly put the Yonkos, specifically the Yonkos, on a pedestal above. I mean, I definitely understand that these are some of the strongest people in the world, especially Kaido, Big Mom, and these figures are really strong, but that doesn't mean that they are beyond these abilities. These are not just one-dimensional characters, and the same goes for Luffy and a lot of the other characters which Oda has built up for such a long time. These are multi-dimensional, multifaceted, multi-layered characters who are not just known for one singular entity or one singular trait. And that's one of the major things which people are not able to understand here. This is not your regular battle shonen which just focuses upon the action. There are various different outlooks to a number of different plot points which are happening simultaneously in the story. Just take for example Shanks. He is in fact one of the strongest Yonkos out there, having one of the strongest crews in fact, but still we know his past, we know how he has this partying persona. Basically, he knows when he needs to get serious and when he needs to be light and light-hearted. The same goes for a lot of different characters including Mihawk, and I guess you pretty much understand or try to understand my point here at this particular moment. Again, this is not just a regular battle shonen. This is much more than a lot of these series, and in fact you have to also remember at the end of the day, Oda is a huge Toriyama fan, and he has always tried to implement some aspects from the old school goofiness of Dragon Ball. The original days of Dragon Ball, not Dragon Ball Z, when Goku was actually young, and we got these various different lovely shenanigans of Goku along with Muten Roshi and all the other characters. So that's it pretty much for this quick video. Thank you so much for watching. Please give this video a thumbs up if you like it, share it with your friends, and subscribe to the channel for more. So that's it for today. See you all on the next one.